Hey, happy Sunday morning, everybody. It's the 11th of August, Sunday morning. It's about 8:45 a.m. Welcome to the calm before the storm. Things are about to get crazy. It's just going to be a Sunday morning video. Things are nice and calm, collective, quiet. Let's talk about this baler. Everything's ready to go. It's set. Here's a problem, though. Last night, doing a full maintenance job on the baler, cleaning. Get out of the sun. Everything else, I went to go ahead and set the knives. They won't come up all the way. I'm fully assuming that they're all gummed up. And I'm going to fully assume, wishful thinking, that they're going to let free and let loose when I go to start baling. That's my assumption from all the alfalfa, which is very sticky as far as we all know, and just regular run-of-the-mill chaff getting down there from all the round baling. So, it was about dark by the time there was a decision to make of tearing this thing apart. I'm not doing that. I don't have time for that. Right now the knives are at about 10 or 15% if I had to guess. Wishful thinking, I'm hoping that they let loose and something frees up while baling. I don't know what else to say. But we're going to go from there, and that's it. So we're ready to go, with the exception of fuel. I'm very low on fuel here at the farm, and this tractor's so high compared to what I'm used to. The gravity flow fuel tank, long story short, I'm going to have to hit the gas station, which is on the way. It's not a huge deal. Fill up on diesel before I start baling. Let's talk about the weather. It's a beautiful morning. That sun's creeping out. It looks like the sun is going to take away the dew that's resting on the sorghum. That's the most important deal here. But that's all the time we have. The sun disappears and it's going to be a pure cloudy day come about 1 o'clock, 12:30. As long as the dew dissipates, we're fine. It'll be okay. We're going to look at both herds here just because it's Sunday and I feel like it. A little walk. You're looking at the Holstein herd. These are all heifers, all breedable age. These are being custom raised for a larger dairy operation. This was a decision and discussion this past spring. You know, I've talked about diversifying multiple times. Different things that a person can get into to make a gosh darn living, especially in agriculture these days. Well, this is a free lot for 6-7 months out of the year. Closer to 8 months out of the year. So an agreement had been made to custom raise some Holstein heifers and breed them AI. Right now, there's 28. We got some heat action going on here. There's 28 heifers that have been AI bred. One and only one was a repeat. Yeah, there's a total of 40 here. The first 30 came to us unbred but breedable age. The other 10 were already bred, and it's just a matter of watching them, which none of them have shown any open yet. And feeding them correctly, grain, some mineral, hay. I'm keeping very close tabs, of course, on the financials here, which I'm sorry, but you kind of running a little business here. You have to. And we're going to see what happens. They're going through such an astronomical amount of hay. It is sickening. I don't know. I've touched on this before. The numbers will be in the positive when this whole program is completed, November 15th. November 15th, they need to be out of this yard, respectfully. This yard needs to be cleaned back up, primmed and propered, and ready for the beef animals that I'm keeping back, the calves, that'll be housed in this yard on roughly December 15th. So we'll see what happens. I know Dad loves it. He gets a kick out of it. You know, his forte in this world is Holsteins. Well, it's everything actually, but of course milking and everything for so long. He's really getting a kick out of these heifers, and not to mention the AI breeding, which he's very good at. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. The numbers aren't looking good, folks. I will say that they are in the positive, but my God, by the skin of your teeth. And that just can't be done. These bulls are doing a lot better. Yes, they're still on concrete. I've been busy, folks. He's doing astronomically better. Very good. Very, very good. This young guy, full of vinegar, he's doing very well after he's up. All right, you're going to get a show right here. Maybe. Getting up is still not the greatest sight in the world. But nonetheless, he is doing better. They're doing better than they were before they were housed in here. What's going to happen? I don't know. We got about another week and a half, 2 more weeks of AI breeding of the beef herd, which to date we have gotten 11 of them, which is pretty stinking good. This program started to AI breed not too long ago. So this morning there was, last night and this morning, there was 0 heat activity. And folks, for anybody that doesn't understand what I just meant, and it's okay that you don't. Okay, yeah, nope. AI breeding is, of course, artificial insemination. Instead of letting a bull run around here, it's artificial insemination. And of course, you need to pay strict attention when you're AI breeding, and AI breeding only to heat activity. There's a small handful of telltale signs that are they can be obvious. Last night and this morning, there's 0 heat activity. Be honest with you, if you had to choose a day not to run through the whole cycle of what we do, today'd be the day, because of course it is a Sunday morning. They just got a full bag of mineral was fed out this morning. For next year, I need to do something with the water here. It's working just fine now, but next year it has to be different. I need to put a load of pit run in a designated area with some gravel, pack the ever living heck out of it, and I believe I'm going to go ahead and get a we'll just say an 8-foot in diameter, 7 or 8 foot in diameter water tank. Yeah, that's needed. That's needed. So far, so good though. Everything's all right. Water runs a lot though. That's that's the problem. Everything out here is doing pretty well. Like I said, there's 11 AI bred, which, you know, we got a ways to go here. I can promise you the bulls took care of a lot of the in heat when they were running around for, what was it, folks? 3.5 weeks. Those boys were working. Now, Dad and I, could only justify, what do we got here? It was about 8 or 9 true jumpings. I can promise you that number is doubled, or if not tripled, for what you don't see. Are you just on the way to town and you ain't stopping, are you? Going to get a drink. These girls are doing okay. This yard is so much safer, a little more at ease and a little more peaceful with Miss 1020 being gone. Should have been done a long time ago. There's one other animal that we're keeping our eye on. She's been a, we're not going to call her a gamble, but just extremely uneasy. And guess what her number is? 1019. They both came from the same place. They were purchased outside of this farm. And I'm going to stop right there. It's just the way it goes. There is an explanation to be given with some of these animals that I don't care to give this morning. It does have to do with some high-end testing of breeding, for lack of better words, from Michigan State. Yes, the Michigan State University. And I'm going to stop there. Everything's going okay. All the parts and pieces are in for the 18-foot silo. This has been a 3-week battle trying to get the silo emptied. We got problems. I went through 4 or 5 different ordeals of trying to fix it. As it turns out, it ended up being the blower after about $1,000 worth of other crap. So there's a brand new blower in the machine shed that's half put together. We have full concentrations on this 18-foot diameter silo and the unloader late this coming week to put it all back together, cross the fingers, empty it, spread that moldy corn silage on a field I have in mind, and empty it, raise the unloader, and get him prepared for the sorghum, the chopped sorghum. It won't be this coming next weekend, but the weekend after. I can about almost promise that, weather dependent. So I got a little bit of time on my hands. I'm gonna take care of a few little things. And by 10:30, I'm leaving to go get fuel, folks, and here we go. I'm going to start baling by 11. I got Dad and my good pal George coming by 1 to start the wrapping process. Now I'll be done baling by hopefully 2 o'clock, I hope. And then it's just all about wrapping. I have a feeling with no breakdowns we'll be cooking till probably about 7 p.m. tonight, which is a-okay. That'd be perfect world. Done, complete, back at the farm, put away by 7 p.m. That's the goal. I think it's achievable. It'd be nice. It is Sunday. I'd like to breathe just a minute or two. So, yeah. That's about it for this Sunday morning, folks. Hope your weekend was all right. Stay tuned for multiple videos. We'll have multiple videos of baling, and then a couple videos of wrapping the sorghum. And cross your fingers. I think things are going to go okay. We're going to talk to you sooner than later.